What is up, YouTube? This is yours truly, ATUM-RE, coming at you guys with another video. Before we go in, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. The name of this video is going to be Bump of the Night. It's 3 a.m. and your doors just come off the hinges. You got, 4 or 5 perpetrators coming in your house at one time. What gun are you using in Bump of the Night situation? Not talking about every gun that you have in your collection, but what do you have staged for home defense? And if you don't want to disclose it, that's fine. I understand. But put in the comments, let me know what you guys use and tell me what you think about my loadout. But I'm going to get right into it and keep it very simple. I think every loadout should have at least one long gun and at least one handgun. That's the way I see it. And I keep 2 guns by my bedside, not including what my wife keeps on her bedside. But let's get right into it. And I'm going to start with my handgun. I keep my full-size CZ P10F chambered in 9mm with a capacity of 19 plus 1. I'm going to say that again. That's right. 19 plus 1 of these freedom pills. And this is a full-size handgun. I got a stream light on it because it's very important to have a light on your home defense firearm for positive identification. Not trying to blind anyone, which you could, but and not trying to give away your location or anything like that. But it is good to be able to identify whoever you're shooting at. You don't want to end up shooting your cat, your dog, your wife, your mom, your dad, your kids, etc. Because you're held liable for any round that is discharged. And you want to make sure it goes into the threat and not a friendly. But I use a 9mm because this is the round that I shoot the best. And this CZ P10F, I've had it over 4 years now. Never, ever, ever, ever had a malfunction out of it. I shot brass, I've shot aluminum, I've shot steel, I've shot basically every defensive load on the planet. And the defensive load I use is going to be Hornady HST 147 grain. And again, you're talking 19 plus 1. And I keep this handgun on my nightstand just in case I can't get into my handgun. I'm sorry, my long gun. I prefer to get to my long gun first, but the handgun is a supplement to that long gun, in my opinion. That's just my thought process. All right, and I do keep some headsets on the side, some earmuffs and all that good stuff. But to be honest with you, if there was ever a situation where I had to defend my life, I don't know if I would probably want to throw those on. I don't want to muffle my hearing. And at the same time, I don't want to lose it from a blast. So it's a catch-22. If you have a suppressed weapon, more power to you. That's actually where it's at, to be honest with you. If you refuse to get NFA items like I do, just make sure you don't go with something like 7.62x39 or Superlod 5.56, because your ears cannot take it. Trust me when I tell you. But let's get into my long gun here. So I use the shotgun, which is not a surprise. And I used a Maverick 88. It is 7 plus 1. And the reason I use this 12 gauge over my other 12 gauges is because this one is the least expensive. Now, I'm going to say that with a caveat. It's the least expensive, but just as reliable as every other shotgun that I own. I've shot many, many rounds through this. A pump shotgun is really, really hard to actually go wrong on. But this gun is very, very reliable. And the reason I'm going to go 12 gauge over any rifle cartridge is, for one, it's far less noisy if you're not going to suppress it. Far less noisy than any supersonic cartridge you can think of. It's going to be noisy, but it's going to be a hollowness to it compared to, let's say, 7.62x39 or 5.56 unsuppressed. But the main reason is the ballistics. With a shotgun, when you shoot buckshot, you're talking 9 pellets of double-lock buckshot, and 9 pellets is going to be equivalent to, let's say, a 380 or 38 special, all coming at you, 9 pellets at one time into one target. So that's going to be extreme terminal disruption. Basically will disrupt the central nervous system basically immediately. You get shot center mass with any kind of buckshot, you're going down. The lights are going to be cut off. You're going to stop what you're doing, And that's why I like shotguns so much. I have the highest probability of a one shot stop with a shotgun versus, let's say, a rifle 5.56 223. When you put this on target, you don't have to worry about whether they're going to do anything else. The only thing they're going to do is lay there and see the white light, basically, if they get hit with this. That's why I like shotguns. Also, I like the fact that I can choose which type of ammo I want to use. The diversity of the shotgun ammo is going to be worlds apart of any other kind of platform that you can use. You can use bird shot, you can use buckshot, you can use slugs, you can use fragmented slugs, you can use low recoil buckshot, you can use many shells. I mean, there's just so many ways to go. For my situation, I prefer buckshot, number one buckshot in particular, 16 pellets of 30 cal. It has a larger cross-sectional density than double lock buckshot, and in turn, it's a larger payload, and it does more damage, believe it or not, with less penetration. So, number one buckshot, 16 pellets, it's your friend, and it has been proven to get the job done over and over and over again. Like I said, a payload of buckshot is going to stop the threat easily. Well, what if they come in with bulletproof vests on? They get hit with that, they're still going to stop what they're doing. It's going to hit so hard that it's going to make them flinch so hard that you'll be on a follow-up shot before they can even think about shooting back, if they are still standing. And I like buckshot because, again, it gets the job done. Bird shot can kill people. It can put down the threat, but it's iffy. It's not really made for humans. You don't see anyone hunting a deer with bird shot, so I would prefer buckshot. Slugs, they will put the threat down, but they'll probably put your neighbor down as well, because you're talking high penetration, a solid stick of lead coming at about 1,600 feet per second. But yeah, that is basically my loadout. I keep it very, very simple, and I keep it budget friendly because, again, why would I go out and use a Staccato for home defense, a $2,000 gun, versus something that's $400 that's just as reliable, does the same exact thing. It may not be a competition gun, but you're not buying a gun in competition for self-defense. I know I would not. If I had competition guns, those would be my safe queens, and they would be used for competition, not real work like home defense. Like Staccato, I love them. They're beautiful, but if I had a $2,000 gun and had to go into the evidence locker, I would probably cry. And people will say, well, there's no price on your life. That is true, but why use it if I have something that is significantly cheaper and just as reliable, if not more reliable? That's the same thing with the Maverick 88. I can go out and use my Beretta A300, which is $1,000, versus me using a $200 gun, and it's just as reliable. Why would I use my $1,000 gun when I can use a $200 gun that is just about that's just as reliable? So with home defense, it's not about beauty, it's not about pricing, it's about reliability, it's about your training level, and it's about how proficient and how well these firearms. I've shot both of these firearms over and over and over again, and never, ever, ever, ever had a malfunction out of either one of them. And 12 gauge and 9mm, that is basically my home defense setup. And again, I base it on where I live at. I got neighbors here, I got neighbors there. So as a responsible gun owner, I am going to make sure that I use something that is effective enough to put the threat down without risking over penetration into my neighbor's home. I love my neighbors, and they love me back. But that is pretty much all I have, guys. I recommend that if you have something by your bedside, practice with it. It doesn't have to be a shotgun, it doesn't have to be a pistol, but whatever you use, make sure you understand the pros and cons of it. With this shotgun, I feel very proficient. My doors come off the hinges at 3 a.m. It's about 4 goons, 6 goons, it doesn't matter. 7+ plus one of 12 gauge will get the job done, plus what I have on my side saddle. You know, I got some slugs here as well, just in case, you know, I have to get down deep and dirty. But yeah, I feel very, very comfortable and very, very safe with these two firearms by my bedside. I sleep very, very well each night. It's not foolproof, but I just think, you know, whatever you use, be proficient with it, understand the ballistics, understand where you live at, and that's pretty much it, man. That is what I use for my home defense guns. You guys in the 2A community, go out in the comments and let me know what you think, and tell me what you guys are using for home defense these days. But that is pretty much all I have, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Like always, 2A up.